Hello, Lady Val here, and welcome back to On the Far Side of Whimsy. I am lucky enough today to be starting on a journey with some other creative designers for the design team organized by Mandy from Junk Journal Fix and SunflowersAndDors. It is I consider it a great honor to be chosen. And what we're doing is we're choosing one of her wonderful kits, and I have chosen Steampunk Blue. It's one of her older kits, but it's just beautiful, and I've chosen a few pages. My thought as I was trimming them all up and cutting out the different pieces yesterday was, what am I going to actually do with this kit, because it's just so beautiful. And I thought, well, I think I'm going to do an accordion folio. I did something like this last year for my Halloween journal, and I thought this would be perfect. So basically, I'm going to be starting on the actual, just the base of the journal, and this is going to be kind of a series of videos showing you, the steps and how to do this and how to decorate, or ideas on decorating if you decide to purchase this kit from her Etsy store. She has so many beautiful kits. It was hard to choose, but this is what I decided on. So what we're going to do today is I just took out a few of the pieces, and I'm not sure I'll even be using all of them. But the way I have this envisioned in my mind is that we're going to be either tearing or cutting. I got out some decorative scissors here. We might be cutting some or tearing some and piecing them together with fabric. I have some fabric that it has the same color, that peacock blue in there. And I also have some washi tape that I've been dying to use that is very steampunkish. So I'll use a combination of those two things. So to start with, when I look at this page, I basically obviously want to keep this door in here, but I also want to make this on the other side as a fold up. So I think what I'm going to be doing is probably try cutting this one. Let's use this. I'm going to just cut around the door and tear that piece off and down. And as I cut some of these, I'm going to be keeping all the pieces, of course, because we'll be able to use them later on in decorating these decorating each section as we go along. Okay, so this is going to be cut because I'm going to fold this piece up to form a pocket on the other side. And I'm going to cut this little piece off to kind of match the other side, so to speak. So that's kind of what that looks like, and you're probably wondering now, what the heck is she going to do with that? Well, work just fine. So then this piece, so each piece, as we go along and put them together, some pieces are going to have the white side showing, and those are going to be ones that are going to be decorated later, and some are going to have the patterned piece showing. And we have to do it that way to keep, they're directional, so we have to keep the direction going the right way. Okay, so that is what that is going to be. Yeah, that'll work out fine. Okay, that's one way. I'm not going to probably put these together until the end. I'm going to decide how I want them to go. See, some of these, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one in half. This is a rather large one with the owl, so I'm going to use him as kind of a one full piece. We're going to go around him. I know everybody's probably thinking, oh my gosh, what the heck is this lady doing? It honestly will make sense at some point, I assure you, or I hope it will. And you basically have to just decide in your head as you go along how you want certain ones to fit together. And it really doesn't matter if there's one that's bigger or smaller, it's all going to work out in the end. Oops. Need to cut that a little bit better. There we go. Basically, I'm just going to go through and cut different ones out or tear them. Like this one, I think I'm just going to tear. Kind of at an angle here. And at the end, we're going to put them all together. Now, this little lady is rather large. I'm going to save her till last. This one, yeah. I was thinking about when I was cutting these out yesterday that to me she looks like an Annabelle. So I think I don't usually name my little journals, but I think this one's going to be called Annabelle. She just reminds me of an Annabelle. So we are going to go around her photo here, her picture, her very wonderful steampunky outfit, and reserve the name Annabelle for the journal. Pieces off to the side. And we must have our dragonfly. That is just so awesome. And let's see, what scissors do I not use? I'm going to use these again. What I want to do actually Yes, like that. And a little bit on this side. And around this wing. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Some little bits and pieces here we need to toss because they won't be good for anything except the trash can. There we go. Okay, now we have our wonderful bird. Cut this in half. This one is another good one for a pocket. And give it a little trim. Sometimes these little scissors are not the easiest to cut with, trust me. And a little edge on the top. There we go. I kind of keep any larger pieces, and the really tiny pieces I just throw away because they aren't going to be of much help. This will be a good decorating piece. Now we have our insect. I think it's a bee. Yes, our bee. Cut that in half. Another decorative piece. These two are going to be decorative as well. Okay. All right. Oh, let's use a different set of scissors. I had 3 out here. Oh, here it is over here. Okay, we're going to go around our bee. Kind of like we did with the dragonfly. We're just going around the wings to give it, to have it stand out a little bit. Now basically for this part, you can cut them however, you know, whatever comes to mind can be. There's no set ruling on this. Okay. This one I'm going to put aside until later. I got to think about that one because she's pretty tall. So we've cut out several pieces. Now we have to decide how we want them. And this, I'm going to be using one of these, let me show you, as the cover that I just absolutely is my favorite page in the kit, which is this one. I just love this. It is just so beautiful. So this is going to be my front page of the folio. And I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to attach it all, you know, how we're going to put it all together. But that's what I'm saving for that. So some of these, yeah, gotta just decide how we're going to put them together. Yes, I'm thinking. Sorry, when I'm thinking, I forget I'm not talking. There, that looks like it'll work. I'm going to be doing kind of back and forth between the white, the white page with a pattern page, and in the end, by the end of folio, it's all going to be decorated anyway. So it's not really going to matter much. So basically, as we go along, I'm gonna, this is gonna work out perfect. Well, so next, before we go any further, because I'm gonna run out of desk room, I have several pieces of fabric here that all have the same color blue that's in the pieces. So what I'm going to basically do is cut some strips to use to bind this whole thing together. So I'm going to do some strips from each one to have on hand as we go along to glue these strips together. I'm going to start with this one. And I think I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to do about, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of an inch. I'm not really measuring, I'm just eyeballing it. Cutting a little strip and then tearing it. And another one about the same size. And it doesn't matter if it's exactly perfect, because this is not perfection. My crafting is definitely never perfection. It is, I do more of a grungy vintage style, so steampunk just fits right into that. In fact, I did a whole steampunk journal at one time that was actually one of my first ones, and it was so much fun for me. I don't know if any of you have seen my cover, which I think is posted on my YouTube site and on Ko-fi and all those things. But my husband has a workshop here on the property, and he told me I could go shopping, quote unquote, in his workshop, and I could pick up anything I wanted off the floor, because anything that had landed on the floor that they hadn't swept up yet was fair game. So that's what I did. So a lot of my things on the front of my cover is exactly that. Things from my husband's workshop floor. Okay, I'm going to do some off of this one. I'm going to do it this way to get more of the blue. And that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. So this one is not going to be a full journal. It's just going to be a smaller folio, but still going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. And this series will include this first part, which is just getting the base ready, and then I'll do videos on decorating as I go along. I'll do a couple off this one. The problem with this one is the blue is too far over. Let me reserve that till later. And do a couple strips this way. Capture that blue. Okay, I think that that'll do it. Put those to the side. Okay. Whew. Okay, so these are bound together with, like I said, the strips of fabric. And I save these strings because you can use those. If you do the kind of crafting I do, you can use the threads to back different things on your decoration. So basically you're gonna do each side with strips of fabric to bind it together. And the way I do that is I use Beacon 3-in-1 glue, which is it's made by the same company as Fabrifix. You can use any kind of fabric glue that you want to. This is the one that I always have on hand. So and it does just beautifully, binding fabric to paper, or paper to whatever. So, and you leave just a tiny gap so this will fold up nicely at the end. You want to test it out. Oops, sorry about that. Didn't press it down good enough. Let's go back. There we go. There we go. In fact, I'm going to get my bone folder out and give it a little extra press here. There we go. And my mat, I don't really care about my mat. I just go over it with my little, when it gets too much glue on it. It comes right off, no problem. Okay, so I'm going to do the other side. And you can do this however you want. You can do it all one side together, or you can, do each piece. That's what I'm doing because I don't have a lot of camera room here, so I'm just gonna, good grief, my scissors are a bit dull. And more glue. And this is pretty repetitive, so if you get bored with it, go ahead and fast forward through or whatever. This is just to show you how to get your base done. Okay. And if you want them to be the same size, you can always just, I'm gonna get my other scissors. I'm not sure I even have enough decent pair of scissors. I do the, like everybody tells you not to. I go ahead and cut when the things are glued. I get glue on my scissors and then they're very dull. But there we go. I know some people are so good about keeping their, sewing scissors, everything's separate. I'm not that way, I'm afraid. Okay, that's one. Let's see the next piece. Is it this way or this way? Yes, this is the way. Okay. So, I was basically telling you about my husband's workshop. He's British and he works on British sports cars. He and his partner, who is a young gentleman that he has mentored and taught him everything he knows, so he can carry on the love of British cars. They specialize in MGBs. If you're not familiar with them, I'm not surprised. It's kind of a niche group over here, British car lovers. We are involved in a British car club up here in the high desert. We live in California in the high desert, which is, when I say the high desert, some people don't always know what that means. And it's an area where you have your hot summers like you would expect in a desert area, but it's also very cold and snowy actually in the winter, which I love. I actually prefer the colder weather, and my husband doesn't. He escaped England. He calls it, he escaped the weather in England to come over here because he doesn't like the cold. But you know, it's winter. It makes you feel like there are some seasons up here because we don't have a lot of trees and things in fall for the changing of the colors like a lot of areas do. We have pine trees. That's my town is called Pinyon Hills, which is, you know, Pine Hills. And so we have lots of pine trees, but of course they don't change color, so we don't really get that. I'm going to let these dry before I trim them, so I'm just going to put these on here and then go back and trim them later. Getting glue all over my fingers. Let's see what we have to go next. Up because I'm running out of room on my desk. There we go. Let's see which one will work the best. This looks like it might work the best. Oops, wrong way. Just fine. Let me see what's on the other side. No, I don't want that one. It's too much like the one before it. That's the other thing we have to be careful of. Probably go with this one. Yeah, this will work. Okay, I'm going to glue this pocket shut because I want to attach it. Trimming of any of this that you think is necessary after you get these all together, you can of course do it any time. Okay. Okay, lost my scissors. Where did I put them? Oh, here they are. Got to make sure that your little edges are flat down though, because otherwise it'll bulk up your folio, which you really don't want. Okay. Are stuck again. I'm alternating the fabrics just to make it a little more interesting. Pulling these strings off, saving those, like I said. Whoops, the wrong piece. This is the piece I need, a longer piece. Desk. Let's see what looks good next. I think, let's see, what's this one? Oh, this is the door. Yes. No, I think it has to be one of these. Either the dragonfly. I think what I'm going to do, find my scissors, is cut this up just a little bit so it'll match the edge. I'll leave that one there and see what it brings. Okay, that'll work. Pieces are I had a small piece somewhere. I'll use this one. Okay. Sorry if you can hear my husband in the next room. His office is right next to my craft room. And he is on a phone call now to England, actually. So it might get a bit noisy. He talks very loudly sometimes. This is a bit messy to do with all the glue and the fabric, but yet the outcome is a little bit different and fun, I think. Let me turn this over. Because sometimes with the smaller ones, it's easier just to do it this way. To fit them together this way and then put another piece of fabric on top. You can use washi tape too, but unless it is really a little bit stronger washi tape, you still have to glue the washi tape though, because you know the washi tape is temporary tape. You can pull it back off, so you're going to have to glue it back on, or glue it on anyway. So, but if you have fabric that you want to use that's complementary with your project, and you don't have to use this particular kit to do this. I mean, you can do it with anything, any kind of paper, anywhere, anytime. You know, so cut this up. Oh gosh, didn't mean to cut into that. So let me do a little bit of trimming here. There we go. Do that on the other side. can go out either way with this as well, because these are plainer pieces. Pardon me. Because I have two of them that are a little bit more plain, and I want to put one on each end, or one on each side, I should say. So this one is going to go here. Size. I may cut another one about the same size. Okay. Piece attached. Turn that over. Get that glue off there first. Everything is sticking to my fingers. My fingers have turned to glue. Okay, there we go. And if you are more of a shabby chic style creator, you can use lace to do this. Or you can use lace seam binding to do this. I have a lot of that I got at an estate sale. So, you know, you can just use your imagination on how to attach these together. And it can be any theme, any style, using any materials that you happen to have around your house and in your stash. In fact, I went back through and found some stuff that I can use and put some glue on this. I love my glue eraser. It gets all that extra glue off that gets attached here. At least for me. I'm a real messy crafter. But this particular piece happens to be curled up a little bit, so I'm trying to get it. Okay, well that's good enough. Okay. Just through the trash. Okay, now this side, we have a couple more pieces to attach to get our folio base. I think I'm going to put the door there. I need to wipe the top of this glue off. I need to glue up this little pocket I have here. Attach, and that'll be the end of this video, and you'll have to come back in my next video to see how we're going to start decorating this. Should be a fun series. Steampunk is one of my favorites. Love working with steampunk. So when I was privileged to be able to pick a kit from Mandy's Etsy shop, it was like, oh, I saw the steampunk one and that was it. I'd fallen in love, so here we are. I actually have fallen in love with almost every one of her kits. I can't even remember one that I didn't love. She's so talented, so creative in her digital design that, yeah, she definitely is a wonderful creator. So if you aren't familiar with her work, just go on over to SunflowersAndDors in her Etsy shop and look at everything that she has to offer. It's marvelous. She has her unique style that is just wonderful. I know you're all here because of that. Okay. I just realized I actually want that one to be the other way, so we gotta switch it up. Sorry about that. Okay. That'll take a minute to dry. And then we are going to put our lovely owl next. Got just 2 more to go to complete this part. Picking up that little tiny one. I don't want that little tiny one. Okay. Let's go over, wipe that glue off. Need to spread you out just a little bit. There we go. Oops. Strings off. Okay. This one and one more and we are done with the base. And I'm going to let these dry completely, and then off camera I'll do any trimming, so when we come back the second part of the video, or the second part of the series, I should say. These will all be trimmed up and ready to start some decorating. Okay. Last one is the, God, I've got so much glue. Let's see, how do we want this one? It's going to be this way. I think we're going to need to trim it up just a little bit more. Perfect. Maybe this one. Finally found a place for that little one that keeps cropping up. Okay, last but not least, over. Oop. Having a heck of a time here. I've got so much glue on my fingers. And here's another. No, that's still that little tiny one. Let's see. This will work. Okay, last one. And if this has bored you, I'm not surprised, but this is the decorating part will be a lot more fun, I assure you. Okay. Okay, here it is. It probably looks pretty funny to some of you. But the accordion part is, it actually folds two ways. It'll fold out this way. Oh, I put two together there, that's okay. And when you turn it over, it will fold out the opposite way. So it goes both ways. So it's going to be decorated and different things done on each side. So that's it for today, and I appreciate you joining me. And tune in for the decorating parts. There'll be several series on that. So enjoy. Have a great day. Bye.